Can cats eat wet food every day? Can cats eat wet food every day? But here's the thing. Behind that bowl, there's something deeper that most owners miss. Behind that bowl, there's something deeper that most owners miss. Wet food can be amazing for one cat and a problem for another, not because the food is automatically good or bad, but because the details matter more than people realize. And if you misunderstand it, you can end up helping in one area while quietly creating a problem in another. We'll get into the biggest surprise at the end, because it's the part almost everyone overlooks. 1. Yes, most cats can eat wet food every day. But that answer comes with a huge condition. Most people assume any wet food is automatically a full meal because it looks rich, smells meaty, and cats usually love it. But here's the thing. Not every wet food is meant to be the only thing in the bowl. Some are complete and balanced. Some are only toppers or supplements. Your cat doesn't know the difference. They just know the bowl is full and the taste is good. If you feed the wrong kind every day, the hidden consequence isn't immediate drama. It's the slow kind. Nutrient gaps can build quietly over time. Do this instead. Look for the words complete and balanced for your cat's life stage, whether that's kitten, adult, or senior. If it's not meant to be a full diet, don't treat it like one. And once you understand that, the next part gets even more interesting, because daily wet food can also change how your cat hydrates. 2. One of the biggest benefits of wet food every day is water. Most people assume a water bowl is enough, but behind that assumption, there's something deeper. Cats are not natural big drinkers. Their bodies evolved around getting moisture from prey, not from constantly sipping out of a bowl. So when a cat eats wet food, they're getting hydration with every meal without having to think about it. To your cat, that can feel easier, smoother, and more natural. The hidden consequence of not accounting for this is that some cats stay a little underhydrated for years without anyone noticing. That doesn't always look dramatic. It can just show up as a cat who isn't drinking much or seems a little off with litter box habits. Do this instead. Keep fresh water available too, but let wet food do part of the hydration work. And if your cat has a urinary issue, kidney issue, or any medical condition, talk to your vet about the best diet. If this is making you rethink your cat's bowl already, hit like and subscribe, because a lot of cat owners need to hear this before they make the next mistake. 3. Here's the most common mistake. Most owners do this without even realizing it. They feed wet food by the can, by the pouch, or by eye instead of by calories. One can sound like one meal. One tray sounds like one serving. So people pour it in and assume it's right. But the calorie content between wet foods can be wildly different. A little pâté can be far more filling in calories than a bigger-looking gravy meal, and your cat has no idea what the numbers are. They just know whether they feel satisfied. The hidden consequence is sneaky. Some cats slowly gain weight because the portions are too high. Other cats act hungry all day because the food looks like a big meal, but it doesn't actually meet their energy needs. Do this instead. Check the calories per can or pouch, measure the daily total, and pay attention to your cat's body shape, not just how empty the bowl gets. And once you fix that, the next myth falls apart fast, because a lot of people think wet food automatically handles dental health. It doesn't. 4. Most people assume wet food is bad for teeth because there's no crunch. But here's the thing, kibble isn't a toothbrush either. It doesn't magically scrub every tooth clean. Wet food doesn't clean teeth by itself, and dry food doesn't protect them by itself. The real issue is dental care, not just food texture. Your cat may love wet food, but their teeth still need attention. If you rely on food alone, the hidden consequence is that plaque and tartar can build up quietly. And cats are experts at hiding mouth pain. They may just start eating slower, dropping food, chewing on one side, or acting picky. Do this instead. Ask your vet about dental checkups, brush if your cat tolerates it, and use dental-specific care when appropriate. Pay attention to small changes in how they eat, because those tiny changes often show up before anything obvious does. And that brings us to something a lot of owners don't think about at all: freshness. 5. Here's the thing, wet food changes fast. Most owners open the can, put it down, and figure the cat will eat when they're ready. But to your cat, smell and texture are everything. A cat doesn't just see food. They experience it through scent, moisture, and temperature. If the food sits out too long, it changes. The smell fades. The texture dries out. And suddenly, the meal doesn't feel right anymore. The hidden consequence is that your cat may start ignoring the bowl, taking only a few bites, or becoming suspicious of that food altogether. In some cases, old wet food can also become unsafe if it's left out too long. Do this instead. Offer smaller portions, refrigerate leftovers quickly, and warm the food slightly if your cat likes it that way. And if you've been thinking, my cat is just picky, wait for this next one, because sometimes the real problem is the way the food changes. 6. Most people assume variety keeps cats happy. And sometimes it does. But here's the thing, changing flavors, textures, or brands too fast can make a cat feel like mealtime is unpredictable. Cats are creatures of habit. They don't understand that you're trying to be thoughtful or keep things exciting. They just know the smell changed again, the texture feels different again, and the bowl doesn't seem familiar anymore. The hidden consequence is that some cats become cautious eaters, turn into grazers, or get mild stomach upset from too many sudden changes. Do this instead. Choose one main food that your cat does well on, then rotate slowly if you want variety. Give their stomach time to adjust. Give their brain time to trust the meal. And if you think all of this means wet food should solve every feeding issue forever, there's one last thing you need to hear, because this is where the opening question really matters. 7. So, can cats eat wet food every day? Yes, absolutely. For many cats they can. But behind that simple answer, there's something deeper. Daily wet food works best when it's complete and balanced, measured properly, served fresh, and matched to your cat's real needs. And if you misunderstand it, you can miss what your cat is quietly telling you. Watch for this. If a cat who normally loves wet food suddenly stops finishing meals, sniffs the bowl and walks away, eats much less than usual, drools, chews strangely, or only wants one very specific texture, don't just call it a mood. Those can be possible signs of dental pain, nausea, stress, or another issue. If that happens, consider a vet. Cats don't explain problems with words. They show them through behavior. That's why the real answer isn't just, yes, feed wet food every day. The real answer is, feed it in a way that makes your cat feel safe, satisfied, and supported. Because the empty bowl is not the goal. A healthy cat is. And that's the part most people miss. If this helped, subscribe for more cat care tips and watch the next video to understand what your cat is really trying to tell you.